to that of its quarterback. And Wake Forest, meantime, is looking for a signature win under its first-year head coach, Jake Dickert. This is run out by the Jackets to the 20 with Shane Marshall. Check in with Don Davenport.
We are no longer the hunted. We are the hunters.
Wake Forest won the toss and deferred, so the Jackets begin with it, and Haynes King rolls, and he throws complete to Isaiah Canyon, who gets wrapped up after 4.
Put the ball in his hands to make the right play.
Malachi Hosley is the running back, not Jamal Haynes, and this is Hosley who picks up a first down. He ran right over Nick Anderson for 8.
Think at the line of scrimmage.
The Jackets 4-0. They've got that marquee win against Clemson and a win against Colorado as well. And Hosley, the transfer from Penn, he picks up about 8 more. Rushing offense in the country, 4th in the country in yards per carry, and a steady dose of Hosley on the ground, and he's got enough to move the sticks. But it is Malachi Hosley to start. It's not for Jamal Haynes, back-to-back years of roughly 1,000 yards. Fake the pitch. Another check down. Jamal Haynes with a cut is wrapped up by Nick Anderson.
He's a streaky quarterback. He's got to see a couple of those throws completed first, and then he starts to let it fly.
His superstar running back is Demond Claiborne. Off the right side, he picks up 5. Haynes King throws the screen, and this is Malik Rutherford, who lowers the shoulder and picks up 7. A very good opponent, maybe the likes of Miami. On the ground with Hosley, who goes spinning, and he dives forward. And Malachi Hosley's got a first down. Aiden Burr from 35 with the kick on its way. And Burr remains perfect so far this season. See the head man calling, you better pick up as well. Claiborne again, searching for his run tracks. He picks up 5, 3rd down and manageable. For our offense.
Quarterback on the move.
Against a 3-man rush. Ashford lofts it. Good touch this time, and Claiborne hauls it in. But this is not a heavy drop-back passing team. The quarterback can run. Ashford's got some speed. Solid gain of about 5 or so. And that was the big concern for Georgia Tech's OC Buster Faulkner, who goes quarterback run on 3rd and 9 for Haynes King to pick up a first down. Top 10 in the country among quarterbacks in times he's toted the rock. Jamal Haynes searches past the 30. Well, it's always a balance for Buster Faulkner and how often he's going to run his quarterback.
But officials got to come in and get this thing going.
Hosley out of the backfield picks up about 4, but that's it. And for L.A. Kirk Morrison as well here in Winston-Salem. Wake Forest with poor starting field position, and Demond Claiborne picks up 5, wrapped up by E.J. Lightsey. Again, Wake wanted to stay out like anyone does of 3rd and long. So they run it with Ty Clark and stay ultra conservative, and he gets swung down by Jai Gilmore. This Wake Forest defense has been very impressive so far against undefeated Georgia Tech. Room for Bailey Stockton. Made the first man miss, and another. He's made from 55. They say they target the 40, but that is Marshall Nichols. And he's going to fake it with a throw to the outside, and was it inbounds? Georgia Tech hovering right around the same big jump for Virginia. By the way, the call was upheld that Will Kiker was short, so Wake Forest gets the football. You saw Claiborne out, Ty Clark back in. And it's Ty Clark up the middle, and Ty Clark's got enough for a first down. Ashford off the fake, shot down the sideline, dropped into Chris Barnes. Concerned about keeping healthy because of his size.
Yeah, I want you to watch this route. It's like a circle, and then he goes back out. It's an outstanding route from Chris Barnes. Nice little double move to get himself open.
Thanks for the sound effects there.
He did a spin move, Mike. That was an outstanding spin move. A lot of defenders would say, wait, what?
Well, Barnes is down. That was the first play over 10 yards by either team today. We'll check on Chris Barnes when we come back. From the edge of the red zone, it's Claiborne. Breaks the tackle. Claiborne hits the edge. reaches out, and they will mark him out at about the 4.
Watch the balance of the running back, Claiborne. He gets that hole, and he's able to just 1-2 and then get to the outside. That's contact balance by Claiborne and the speed to get all the way to the outside. First and goal, Wake Forest.
I mean, he is their star. Robbie Zell, Jake Dickert is Demond Claiborne. Quarterback run. Robby Ashford finishes the run. Touchdown, Deacs.
Just look at this. There's nobody to the outside. So you've got tackle. You got receivers out here. There's nobody out here. They just run everybody back, and the quarterback gets right through. It's a nice, outstanding job of a little tackle over in man formation, and they get Georgia Tech out of position. And then Ashford with the strength to get into the end zone.
And here in Winston-Salem, where Matt graced everyone with his presence a couple weeks ago, Sports Center was here. Haynes King back with him. Not much doing at all. No gain. Only the 3rd run for Haynes King.
Right now, the offense not working, but it's still about the quarterback making the right decision.
Crosser is complete. Fine catch by Luke Harpring, the redshirt freshman tight end. 2 running back look with Haynes and Hosley aside King. Quarterback run. Haynes King skipped free. Gets wrangled down by Braylon Johnson at the 39. 22-yard pickup. No horse collar called on Johnson.
Yeah, just great blocking up front. You got Fusils, you got the tight end, everybody, and they just create the lane. Hit in the backfield, but he just hurdles over that.
We've seen it on display around the college football world. A handoff to Jamal Haynes, and he is short. About a 4-yard pickup there. Didn't keep it in Haynes King's hands on the last 4th down. They do here, and Haynes King reaches out, and he is short. What a stop by Wake Forest.
Quincy Bryant, number 9, flies right through. He makes the play, and the Wake Forest defense.
Ashford on course to the edge for Burkhalter. Inside the 30. Boy, a couple of dimes from Robby Ashford. Claiborne bounces it and follows Ashford. House call. How about them Deacs?
I want you to watch this blitz that comes from the outside. Number 23, Zach Toby. He's got to put everything back in. He's got to turn it all back in. He doesn't do that, and that's what allows this play to develop. As the outside corner on the blitz, you've got to turn everything back. You have to hold the edge. You don't hold the edge, and look what happens. But now, how can they play with the lead? They didn't maintain that lead a couple weeks ago versus NC State. Can they hold it today?
Haynes King to the outside for Isaiah Canyon in a pickup of 8. But it's a new era now. Jamal Haynes turns it upfield, finishes a run, and he's got a 1st down. Jalen Gordon motions out of the backfield. Pressure comes. King got rid of it, and a strike, but Rutherford is tripped up. Short of the sticks by the defensive end, Newer Gatku. But a 3rd drive that starts at Wake's own 10. Ashford pulled it from Claiborne, and Robby Ashford can scoot down the sideline. Bumped out of bounds near the 35 by Daquan White, and this kid is an athlete.
Yeah, this is the challenge that A.J. Hoffler, number 88, right there on the right side of the screen. He's trying to go down, and he tackles the running back. No one tackles Robby Ashford.
14-3 lead on number 16, Georgia Tech. Robby Ashford handled the low snap, got it to Demond Claiborne, who gets banged down, and the football came out. And it looks like Wake Forest pounced on it at the end of it. Fortuitous for the Deacs.
Yeah, that could have been disastrous for Wake Forest. That's an experienced ball carrier in Claiborne, just not holding on to the football, and a nice job of knocking it out.
And then you see Enny Falai, the tight end, pounces on it. Ashford on the double clutch, zipped it in for Micah Mays. Takes it inside the 30, and a 3rd down conversion of 35.
Gotta love this conversion. Mays is on the outside. All he runs is a 10-yard stop. And he stops right on the hash mark. But watch the eyes of the quarterback. He's waiting.
3 passes of at least 35 yards. And now the final minute until halftime. Ashford, Falai, and Falai sets up first and goal. Well, Jake Dickert was trying to call timeout. Brent Key ended up getting it first, and now Ashford has it taken away by Georgia Tech.
It'll be interesting here because the quarterback Ashford's arm is going forward. He's going forward, and he's hit at the end of it. Now this is going to be a conversation. This is going to be a replay. We've got to see, is there an open hand when he's hit, resulting in an incomplete pass, or will they call this a fumble? I'm going to say, my first look, I think this is an incomplete pass. This is not going forward with an open hand that results in a...
Robby Ashford on the move. Ashford just ducks out of bounds ahead of E.J. Lightsey
for Wake Forest.
And from the 7, I guess with that logic you can understand it. For Connor Calvert, who's had a couple of misses this year, but the redshirt freshman is good here. Shorter kick this time, and Marshall takes it out. And Marshall gets tackled at the 21-yard line.
Third quarter, only thing that matters, and it is all about execution, guys.
Done. It's Robby Ashford with his legs to start out the second half.
Don't try to be Superman.
On third down at 8, a blitz from Lightsey. Ashford, a dart to Burkhalter.
And that subtle adjustment allows for him to make the completion down the field for the first down.
And now off a dribbled snap, Ashford is tripped up near the 25. But Kalani's snap never made it to Robby Ashford, but he made something out of nothing. And then at the end, though, with Kyle Eford hawking him down, Ashford was slow to get up.
Yeah, Eford with a great effort play. And he just gets the back of the leg or the foot of Ashford. A great hustle play, but Ashford did walk off with his own power.
Let's see if he's able to come back. Deshaun Purdy, talented sophomore, transfer from Charlotte with confusion right away to Demond Claiborne for a loss. But then promptly left about a month and came here to Wake. He's got big-time arm talent and puts it on display. What a throw there to his tight end, Enny Falai, very close to the sticks. Kalani, a 6th-year senior. You get 1 warning, so Kalani gets his there. First down at 10. Good cut from Claiborne, and a positive gain of 4.
It's a long handoff.
Connor Calvert from 24. His only makes entering today from 22 and 28. He's taken over for the very experienced Matt Dennis, and Connor Calvert drills that. So Georgia Tech still sitting on 3 points. Jay Marshall takes it out for the Yellow Jackets, and he rumbles. King zips one, got it to the sideline for Rivers. Maybe a little up-tempo is the answer as Rivers gets involved.
Yeah, you saw that as well. They got right back on the football, and really, this Wake Forest defense didn't have a call set. They got back on the line of scrimmage. I think Jake Dickert, head coach of Wake Forest, he's a little...
Sideline Rivers again. Now Eric Rivers has been involved, the 5th-year senior. King, sideline again. Rivers again, his 4th catch.
Thought he was going to have to walk away from football to provide for his son, but instead Georgia Tech gave him his last chance.
And now Haynes King, Don, scampers with 18 more yards. So doing it with his arm with Rivers, and now working on his right knee. Meantime, Georgia Tech's on the move with a much-needed and efficient drive, and Haynes King throws low to the sideline, but he got it complete to Malik Rutherford to set up 3rd down. 12th play of the drive. Again, and Rutherford is stopped by Gabe Kurschke for a loss of 3. On 3rd, King all day. King floats one back in the end zone, and it's Rivers. There is a flag down.
It's going to be a hold on Wake Forest. This touchdown is going to stand. It was a hold right there. It looks like on Canyon. The hold's going to be on Canyon, number 4, the receiver. Had to get 7, but watch the protection that Haynes King had. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. He had almost 6 seconds to throw the football.
12 personnel, and Purdy keeps, and he is immediately dropped by a Montre Bradford. And now 3rd down and long, and empty for Deshaun Purdy. Under pressure. Purdy escapes. And he's tracked down by Clayton Powell-Lee.
Game at the house.
You'll be ahead, I promise.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Second down for Haynes King and Georgia Tech. On the rollout, King to the sideline for Rivers again. And Eric Rivers, you're right, has totally emerged here in this 3rd quarter.
And I think they're going to tack 15 yards on as well, as Haynes King got hit as he released that football. In that situation, they're just trying to protect the quarterback.
Fake it. King keeps it with a stutter step, and Haynes King keeps plowing forward. King pulls it and churns for some more yardage. Your screen, and this is Haynes on the underneath, and he slipped free from Hazen. Gets it close to the line to gain, takes it to the 16, a yard shy. In these short yardage scenarios, keeps it again with a lane. And a 1st down, Haynes King. You got to back up the talk. Gets what he calls a smoke break for King. Just an easy handoff to Malachi Hosley. Takes it down to the 5, where it's not. Slot right, Eric Rivers has been huge. Haynes King again with a touchdown. Gas tank running low. Haynes King digs deep. Leads the Jackets on another touchdown drive.
Just a fake toss to the outside. He just got enough energy. Remember, he said,
Demond Claiborne breaks a couple of tackles. With a flag down, Claiborne gets into plus territory before he's ushered out of bounds by Ronald Triplett.
showing pressure.
Bring 4. Ashford nearly slipped. Ashford directing. Past the line of scrimmage when he threw it to Falai. So this will come back. He was fully past the line of scrimmage. Cal Joseph gets it away for a backpedaling Bailey Stockton. From the 29, Stockton turns the corner, and Dylan Hazen wraps him up, but not before.
But also got the running game going by the quarterback.
In King's hands again. Steps up, fires, and he's got it for Canyon. Hurtling into the red zone. Haynes King's doing it all in the second half.
Wow, what a throw. But more importantly, this route, the way it developed by Canyon. He's on the outside, and he just comes all the way across, and they buy a little bit of time for the quarterback, Haynes King. He's all the way up here, and he's just wide.
Their longest pass play today. Quarterback run. Nick Anderson on the stop. Design run. King cracked down by Kershke. First down and goal for Georgia Tech. Aiden Burr has been perfect so far this season, including a make earlier today, you see, from 35. This from 19, and Aiden Burr ties this game at 20. Robby Ashford at the controls. With a give to his star running back, Demond Claiborne. Well, before that play, Wake had not done much offensively. 12 plays on the left side of the formation. Ashford hits the crosser to his big tight end, Annie Falai, to move the sticks. Fake the pitch. Ashford rips one into a tight window and hung on by Carlos Hernandez. Took a shot, and Hernandez comes up with 14. Is having some struggles. There have been some drops, some missed connections with Ashford, but not this time.
I'm impressed so far with Ashford. He's throwing from...
Ashford floats one. Hauled in by Mays. Demond Claiborne hops forward for about 5 or 6. And the redshirt freshman off the upright and no good. Great stuff, Don, who was embedded with them today. Georgia Tech with the football, tied at 20, and Jamal Haynes fumbles. Karan Prunty pounces on it. Wow.
Haynes, and watch. He's got the ability. He's getting through. Jamal Haynes in 24 just puts that shoulder pad right there on the football, and it's knocked away, and it's picked up by Prunty.
The first turnover of the game is enormous. Yeah, the fifth-year senior, very experienced linebacker Dylan Hazen in a tie game. Ashford escapes, and Ashford dives down with that knee brace on after the missed field goal from Connor Calvert. Trying to give Wake Forest the lead. Calvert atones, and the Demon Deacons have the lead on number 16, Georgia Tech. Louisville trying to stay perfect, and so are Haynes King and Georgia Tech. Down by 3. King, seen, got it complete. Out toward the 45 to Malik Rutherford. Going to be favored in every game the rest of the way until Georgia in the regular season finale. King rolls and fires for Eric Rivers. And Rivers across midfield. Claiborne straight ahead. E.J. Lightsey in on the stop. On third down, he goes to the air, and Ashford into a window and hung on. Sawyer Racanelli's first catch in a Wake Forest uniform is enormous.
And I'm asking how? How does he get this ball in there? Racanelli, fearless. He knew he was going to get hit. But watch the location of this football. I'm not sure how that ball got in there, but outstanding job by Ashford as well.
So 2 minutes to go, and this is Ty Clark on the ground. Couple timeouts at the disposal of Brent Key.
Charge timeout.
And remember, you save about 40 seconds as well. So a $141 for Haynes King, who goes to a crosser to Isaiah Canyon. Spins into plus territory. Clean pocket. Crosser. It's Eric Rivers in a foot race, very close to the sticks. Dalen Gordon is coming in running back, and he carries the rock. Straight ahead for 4.
On the air, Mike.
King under some pressure to the sideline, and that is caught. Mastering these moments. Burr's perfect this year. From 33, he is pure. And we are tied with 2 seconds to go. Georgia Tech executes it again. Wake Forest heads to overtime hosting number 16 Georgia Tech. Told us earlier this week he's played through a ton of pain. There's no telling. It's always temporary. He rolls, pumps, connects to his tight end, Josh Beetham. Only his 4th career catch, a 17-yard pickup.
And a little surprise here, Haynes King usually would take off. He sees all that open green grass, but he keeps his eyes downfield, and he finds the late.
In my life than Haynes King. No surprise, they run him again. King, touchdown, Georgia Tech. Who else would it be but Haynes King?
You just know, watch these surge by the offensive line. You get big 77 Keelan Rutledge pulling around, and Haynes King just finds and feels his way through.
6th-year senior at his 4th school with a stud running back in Demond Claiborne. Breaks a couple tackles. Claiborne to the pylon. Touchdown. An immediate answer from Demond Claiborne.
Well, the one thing we have to look at, the replay is going to look at, is that left knee when it's down and when the ball crosses the goal line. From this angle that we're looking at, you don't have indisputable video evidence to take.
Robby Ashford trying to win it for Wake. He rolls. Ashford searching under pressure. Intercepted! Clayton Powell-Lee picks it off, and Georgia Tech survives.